This game has been around for so long to a point where I honestly feel like a lot of people have forgot about it altogether or forgotten that it's even exists. And like when the very first game came out, it was pretty innovative during its time with 2D graphics and the limitations you had with the 16-bit era and all that stuff. But as time went by, it seems like the game has gotten more and more, or not the game, but the video game series has gotten more and more irrelevant. Um yeah, Pilot Wings, even though it's been around for over 3 decades now, there's only been, like, 3 main installments, and the last major installment we got came out back in, I think, like, 2011 or something, and that game, I don't think did too well in terms of sales because it came out on the Wii console, and you look at all the games that came out on the Wii console, there was a ton of, like, high-profile video games on the Wii console, and the best selling game on the Wii console was Wii Sports, which did like I think it did over 82 million, copies sold, and then Mario Kart Wii after that, which did over 37 million, and then you had Wii Sports Resort, which did over 33 mil. The point I'm trying to make is that the Pilot Wings series has been dead for a very long time. It seems highly unlikely that Nintendo would ever consider rebooting it, and I know it's one of Nintendo's older IP that I guess it had its like niche fan base or audience of gamers who like really enjoyed it. But the thing is, the amateur like flight simulation genre never really caught on for the most part, especially within the past couple of decades. Like the 2000s mainly been about shooters and action adventure games and stuff like that. In this past decade, the big attractions in relation to genre have been action adventure, RPGs, and online multiplayer games and stuff like that. And and honestly, I think one of the reasons why Pilot Wings never caught on is because there's been way too much competition and the genre of amateur flight simulation is something that never really became a thing because not too many people were interested in it. People want to play something that's exciting and something that's addictive and all that. And I guess Pilot Wings was never really that. And but when it first came out, like the very first game when it came out, I think it did over 2 mil on the SNES, and that is impressive, during its time because you look at the SNES, there was a whole slew of like third party and first party games that really stood out on the SNES that could have easily have overshadowed Pilot Wings back in the day. But it seems like as time gone by, it seems like the competition became more fierce. So the old IPs, whether it be Nintendo or any other company that was popular back in the 90s, they became less and less, relevant as time went by. Um, and, I'm excluding, the likes of Mario and Zelda because those two franchises aged like fine wine. And, it seems like the latest Zelda game is probably one of the best of all time, and like the latest Super Mario game, at least the latest 3D Super Mario game from 2017, is considered to be one of the best 3D Mario games of all time. But yeah, it seems unlikely that Nintendo would ever consider rebooting Pilot Wings because they have no need to do so. And for the most part, I don't think they could really make any like, revenue or money or anything off of, the Pilot Wings series, which is why there's only been 3 main installments. So I mean, it would be nice if Nintendo did reboot Pilot Wings. It'd be pretty cool, and I'm pretty sure that would be something that would turn heads within the gaming world. But since Nintendo hasn't really done anything with the series in over a decade, or has touched it, or even mentioned it on social media, it seems unlikely that that's going to happen anytime soon in the future.